All right, a big opening weekend for the NFL also meant a really big weekend for the booming business of sports gambling, that whole industry. An estimated 103 million people. That's a third of America almost. They placed bets on NFL games this weekend, making it the biggest wagering weekend ever to kick off the pro football season. That's up more than 71% from last year. Of course, it's legal in more places now as well. Now, one of the biggest names in the entertainment world is looking to get in on that action, and I do mean action. Over the weekend, Disney CEO Bob Chapek said that the company, which owns ESPN, is working on its own sports betting platform featuring the worldwide leader in sports branding. But what would an ESPN-branded sports betting app mean for the burgeoning industry? Well, let's welcome in Alex Kane. He's the president and CEO of Sport Trade. That's a sports betting exchange where users can trade bets like stocks. Interesting, Alex. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
So this is Disney, but Disney owns ESPN. I'm not expecting to see Cinderella and betting odds next to each other. They're going to be separate. It's going to be under the ESPN branding, right?
Yeah, so if ESPN got fully into sports betting, expect it to be under that brand. I want to clarify that I think it is a rumor at this point, and I think it's important for folks to realize that ESPN's already cashing in on sports betting. TV ratings have been through the roof for sports. And they're actually already earning money from other sports betting operators such as DraftKings and FanDuel who actually pay ESPN to get their brand in front of ESPN's customers.
Well, that was actually going to be my next question to you, is they are getting serious ad revenue. If you listen to ESPN radio, as I sometimes do, it's DraftKings and it's FanDuel all day long. And if they're going to introduce a competitor into that market, they might lose some of that money, but obviously they're thinking they're going to make it back in what they win from gambling.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of risk and there's a lot of reward because sports betting is regulated on a state-by-state basis. This doesn't come without political risk. This doesn't come without a lot of disclosure and licensing on Bob and the entire executive team and the board of directors of ESPN. And you're right, they're earning a lot of money right now at a very high margin because they don't have to incur the cost of revenue of actually having a sports betting operator. So it'll be really interesting to see whether they take this plunge because remember, they've converted a lot of customers, their viewers, into sports betting customers on those partner platforms already. So to turn into an operator now means they have to earn back the business of the customers they've already sent to their competitors. And make no mistake, that's going to be a very costly venture for them.
I wonder if their reach as Disney would involve more people getting into sports gambling. Are they getting people younger, or are they just looking at the worldwide leader, as ESPN has called itself for decades, and saying, we are the worldwide leader, we have the largest sports audience, let's get them to gamble internally?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both. Bob has mentioned that under 35 audience, the CEO of ESPN, that under 35 audience is so critical for them. And I think sports is all about engagement. I think the real issue is whether they decide to, if they decide to make its plunge and become a sports betting operator, is they're going to have to build a product that's different because a lot of their consumers, a lot of their viewers are already betting on sports already. So it's going to be very hard for them to convert over to a new platform unless that platform is different. So it will be interesting to see whether they do decide to do this. And if they do, how does the platform look? Because if they want to bring in new customers, they're going to have to build a new platform with new features.
And that is Alex Kane. We appreciate your time, Alex. He's the CEO of Sport Trade, if you want to find him there. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.